Welcome back to another Saturday morning Nerd Out Iron Graveyard. Glad to be back. We took a week off just last week just because schedule conflicts and all that stuff, and everything how it goes. But without further ado, I got to introduce our panel for today. We have Baby It's Fray outside as we approach the winter months. Fray girl.
Morning. Thanks for having me on.
Yes. You excited to nerd out this morning / afternoon?
I am something. I feel something about it. No, I'm excited. How are you?
Good. Tired, but great things coming out that we did last night. So make sure to check out anyone watching now in the future with the new shows that we have coming out. So I'm excited for it. But without further ado, the Puzzle Queen, the person I escaped the weekend with, the one and only Mezzo.
Hi. Good morning.
Hello. Morning.
I've got my caffeine.
Yes.
I skipped the gym this morning even because I'm conserving energy for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you're like busy today, aren't you?
I'm very busy today. I've got we have some stuff to do home wise right after this, but then I have a concert to do. Hi Chuck and hi Se Wong. I have a concert tonight, but it's not like I just show up and sing. I'm taking care of all, bringing a bunch of stuff for it. I'm president of the nonprofit, so it's like all the stuff I have to get done. I might be singing a solo. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah,
it's always nice to not know the day of if you're gonna.
Well, it's like the reason there was like some miscommunication about whether I was doing a solo or not was because like basically the topic came up last Wednesday night. About me doing one, and I was like, oh, he's like, you know Christmas songs, and I was like, I mean, I know Christmas songs, but I may not necessarily feel the most comfortable singing them with 2 days practice.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Does that mean you're gonna sing "Ding Frozer Done"? Ding Frozer Done.
No, you were so funny. The two. Wow, this feels so hot. The two possible. I'm still getting used to this boom arm.
Mm-hmm.
The two possible songs are "Oh Holy Night" and "On You Stay."
Oh wow.
So
not complicated at all.
No, I have the music for it, and I will bring them with me, and I'll practice with the the accompanist, real quick, and we'll see.
Well, I mean, she could be a receptionist as well. We don't know.
Exactly.
You know, maybe she's multi-talented.
Well, I mean, with all the stuff going on at Mezzo, it seems like you can use something from our sponsor.
Well, you know what?
Right?
Yeah. I mean, yes. So, you know, whether you're... Gosh, let me find
it. You're pulling it up. I can see it.
Oh, that's funny.
Whether you're just waking up for your our nerd out, and staying up late gaming with us, or stuck in your Retro Alcove for hours, or just tired from all the saber fights, our sponsor is just for you. Zoe has no calories, no sugar, no fillers, or artificial flavors, and each serving has 150 milligrams of caffeine, which is the same as 2 cups of coffee. Woohoo! But it contains Nerve Factor, so you get all that focus without all the jitters. To get 10% off, you at w.gg, use our code KCP 2023. Woo! Okay. I'm hot now.
So with that, I mean, Mezzo shows exactly what happens when you drink Dubby. You get all that energy right there.
I don't know if it happens that quickly, but it does happen.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So you guys ready to nerd out?
Let's do it.
Ready.
I mean, the question is, was it really, Agatha all along?
Agatha, insert title of the month here. Wow.
Apparently I misspelled Agatha, so there's an H there now, so
you just you were doing the very posh British
Agatha.
And what's interesting is that the second H looks like it has an arrow, like the Avengers A arrow.
Oh, it's the Avengers font.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, okay. But only that H has it. The other H's don't. That's why I'm confused.
Oh, maybe because it's an H at the end, but there's not another like something that would have. I don't know. Anyway, let's not
So
let's not Easter egg it.
Yes. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the teaser, and we'll just do a quick little prediction of what do you think a cameo will be. Obviously, we'll get to it when the game comes up. So I want to hear from Fray Girl. What do you think of the teaser, and what do you think we'll see, or who we'll see as a cameo, if anyone?
Well, I think we got some really good footage, I think. It gave us more of an idea. Like I had no clue what it was going to be like. I was like, is it going to just be she's stuck in Westview and she thinks she's still in the Hex kind of thing? Or is it going to be, like prior to that, or is it going to be something else? And they gave us like a lot of information. It looks more like it's going to be like a mysteries kind of thing, and they're solving mysteries, and I think that's cool. It seems like it's going to be more comedic. And Catherine Hahn is perfect for that. She is such a great comedic actress. They've got Aubrey Plaza, who's great, and they've worked together. They worked on Parks and Rec together, so I think that's going to be great. Emma Caulfield is really good at comedy, so I think that it is geared towards that. I think maybe thriller comedy kind of thing, and I'm there for it. I think it's a good what is it, like spinoff, but also important. I think Agatha is important to the future of the MCU. I think it's going to be fun. We don't explore the mystic side that much. We've got Doctor Strange and Wanda, and that's about it. So this will open that up. I'm saying it now. Mephisto. We're gonna get him. It's Sacha Baron Cohen. He's got to be there. Mr. Scratch, let's see ya. Let's do this. That's who I say. That or Wanda. But I think Wanda's a given. I think we'll see something. I do think Agatha's too much. Shang-Chi. You know what? Shang-Chi, you're right. Yes, that is mystic. But I don't know. I think of that. It is mystic, but I still think of that more in the accessory cosmic thing with Miss Marvel. I think more of that.
More like magic witchcrafty kind of mystic.
Yeah, and it's hard because they really blend them together so much, because like Scarlet Witch, yeah, she's the mystic. She's got that side, but then they did this whole, hey, but guess what? She's also got, Infinity Stone magic in her too. And it's like, you don't need that. But I know why they did it. And anyway.
So you think because Sacha Baron Cohen was confirmed to be Mephisto in Ironheart?
I think we're going to get a cameo of him in Agatha as well. And that's going to be the thing that tells it, because Scarlet Witch is very like, she's Mephisto as well. Like there's a big, like, what am I trying to say here? She has a lot of history with Mephisto in the comics. So that's why I'm saying, like, I think
makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I think it could tie stuff together. So it'll tie together the villain of Ironheart. Don't cheapen it with your greatest American hero categorization. But yeah, so I think that Ironheart is going to live in the tech world and the mystic world. Like it's that kind of thing. Yeah. Hi, Danny. But I think, I just honestly, I think we're going to get Mephisto. This one, I think, is going to just be mystic. We might get a Wong in there because why not? Wong, we haven't seen Wong in a bit. We need Wong. I love Wong.
We need our dose of Wong.
And if Madison shows up, I would be extremely happy.
It's like he comes through a portal and he and Madison were like watching a movie. She's in the background with popcorn. Hurry up, Wong!
I can only pause it for so long. Like, that kind of thing. Like,
So
bring back alcohol,
do you think the teenager that we saw in the teaser is Tommy or Billy? Do you think it's Wiccan or
Maybe.
Speed?
It might be. There's theories out there that it is, and they're saying that it's going to be Wiccan because he's the mystic side of the twins, and that would be interesting. But it's like, where did they get him? Because he supposedly doesn't exist in the MCU home world, Prime world, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, 616.
616, or I mean, if you're on the Amon Villani train, it's that 0.199999999 or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to see what happens, and it may be the rifts that have been opening up. All of that might be causing instability, and the mystic world sees it before everybody else does because they're in tune with other forces. I could see that. I've just rationalized that to myself on air. You're welcome, everyone. You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, Mezzo, what do you think of the teaser, and what's your prediction right now before we get into the 10 months away from the series?
May have missed the teaser. But hearing what Fray has to say about Mephisto, and that we do know he's confirmed in the universe already, I think it makes sense that he would appear in some aspect. I love Wanda. I almost don't want her to appear unless it's like a passing, but I just don't want the focus away from Agatha as much. I want Catherine Hahn to be like center stage, and I feel like Wanda a bit. And I want to see more about maybe her past, not just like her getting, being tied up in the stake and stuff like that and what had happened there, but like maybe even younger. I think that would be kind of cool to see.
Interesting. I like it. So you're saying Mephisto though?
Fray and I are both girls after Eric's heart in the sense of like
that's true. Yeah. We've been on that Mephisto train.
We're on the caboose. Yeah. Like he's the engine and we're the caboose.
Right. We're back there yelling out the back going, "Get on the train, get on the train."
I like it. So, I like as you know, I try not to watch theories or anything before do anything, just to not sway me in any way, shape, or form. I mean, it looks interesting. I think because they confirmed that all the townspeople are coming back. Like Deborah Rupp is coming back, and
Emma Caulfield.
Yeah, she's coming back.
Those are the details, Deb.
So, something that I don't think they mentioned before in WandaVision, and maybe why we're able to do Westview. The Sanctum Sanctorums are essentially built on ley lines, right?
They're at the point that the ley lines like meet, like they
intersect.
They intersect, but it's like a
point.
Specific point that intersects. Like it's the most powerful point,
right.
So that it keeps it keeps their spells more bonded or something, so like people can't get through in portals and stuff as easily. So
and this is Jersey, right?
It's Jersey.
So what's to say that the town isn't along a ley line?
It's true.
Because maybe that's why the hacks worked as well as it did. Maybe that's why Agatha is there, is because that is. I mean, she was in a tribe, witch trial, which is not going to be in Jersey at that point in time. Jersey really wasn't a settlement during the Salem witch trials, right? So I think we're going to have something there. Do I think Mephisto will show up? Maybe, but I think we're going to get something what I'd really like to see. As we're talking about like mystic and technology, this is really out there. end of season 2 of Iron Fist had Mystics, but with guns.
Oh, okay.
So I think if we're going to go the Mystic route, this is the perfect chance to bring in either, Danny Rand at, our current Danny Rand from the Netflix Iron Fist, and he would be introduced to Shang-Chi at some point in time as well.
Wow.
As we're combining technology and mysticism, right? Science and technology, and he's able to project it. So maybe it won't be Danny Rand, maybe it will be Jessica.
Okay. Yeah. Alias. Yeah. Jessica Drew. Not Jessica Drew.
No.
Spider-Woman.
Forge. She's a mystic, technomancer, and a mutant.
Yeah.
Who? Huh?
Forge. Yeah.
Forge.
Yes.
Forge?
Yeah.
Forge.
Oh my gosh.
Forge.
What you said about ley lines really made sense, because we saw in WandaVision that they were gonna have this house and stuff, but what drew them there in the first place, we don't know. Maybe it was the ley line thing you're talking about. Just like how
Vision found it, and he's got the Infinity Stone magic too, and I'm just gonna start calling it Infinity Stone magic because
that's what they've made it to be then.
Kind of, yeah. They're like, it's cosmic magic. It's really that's kind of how they.
She had some like magic in her, obviously, before the stone, but they're saying like that kind of is what made her into the. What's the term for the type of witch she is?
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. It's a once in a generation or once in
a
century
the
or something.
Stone launched her into that, which she had been that without the stone in the MCU. That's what they're portraying, that maybe they.
Yeah, it's like it amplified her hex magic that she had, which is what she has in the comics as well. So
if you really want to think about it, it was not any different than the machine magnet on the Statue of Liberty to activate the dormant genes.
Well, so what I was thinking is, because we started getting all these rips in, like, not only space and time, but like mystical as well. Like, people are trying to get through. Things are ripping. We've had, now that the Marvels is out, sorry, this is spoilers for the Marvels, but the rips in in the actual jump points, and knowing that the quantum bands that they have are what created them, and that's its own type of magic. It's that cosmic magic again, those cosmic accessories. I love my accessories and how wonderful they are. But yeah, so I think that could be it too. It's all going to tie together. I think that's why they're focusing on the more mystic and cosmic magic stuff right now. But I was also thinking about it, not just Mephisto. We could get Jimmy Woo. I mean, if they're going like the Mystic CSI kind of route, then CSI Mystic, CSI Westview, then yeah, I could absolutely see Jimmy Woo coming back into it at some point. But yeah, and the ley line that they're on could actually have a rip in it, like, and could be feeding other people from other stuff, and that's how we get Wiccan. It would be
along the ley line that Doctor Strange used for his spell.
Yeah, so that would rip it open, and then the cosmic part of it ripping open even further might widen it so other things are coming through. Oh my gosh, are we going to get Cthulhu in this? That would be fantastic.
So I think Jimmy will come back and he'll have his own program called the Woo Files.
The Woo Files! I love that.
And then Darcy comes in every now and then, or like and like Darcy does some consulting with him.
Oh, come on. Okay, Kevin Feige, we're pitching the Woo Files as a show right now with Darcy and Jimmy.
Now. You know what? No, it's Darcy in the chair. She's the one, because she does all the science. So she's like Abby. Oh my God. It's MCU NCIS. You get Darcy in the lab. She's your Abby, right? You've got Jimmy Woo. He's got to have some cranky boss, Nick Fury-ish. Not Nick Fury, but somebody Nick Fury-like, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got
and Darcy,
right
there. Darcy was like, "Oh, I want to go with you in the field," and like tags along.
Right. And you can have like guest stars. You could have Monica on it occasionally. And they're like, she's like, no, I've told you, look, Jimmy, I've told you, I can't help you in this one. I am not even on Earth right now. Like, I mean, it's that kind of thing. Like you could just like, as it goes on.
Well, think about the cases that they did in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That would transfer over to the Wu files. And he'd be investigating the paranormal, which could be mutant events.
Yeah.
And every time he meets someone to interview, he could just make his business card appear out of nowhere.
Yes. Close up magic. Here we go. It writes itself.
Perfect show.
Feige.
All right. Good stuff. But let's move on to something a little bit more fast, maybe a little bit more Furiosa.
A Mad Max saga.
I have to tell you, I was not like excited about this at all. I loved the original rebooted. I don't know, the Mad Max adjacent one. Yeah, like the one with Tom Hardy and it has Charlize Theron. I liked it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great story. And then I was like, I don't know about this. And then Charlize Theron wasn't going to be in it again. I was like, she was so good as Furiosa. And then I watched the trailer and I was like, okay, I'm in. Shut up and take my money. I was like, we're good. Let's do this. Let's do it. And then Chris Hemsworth with the nose.
Still recognizable. Everyone's like, I didn't recognize him. I knew immediately it was Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. As soon as he turned around, I was like, why does Chris Hemsworth have a weird nose like that? And then I was like, oh, that's Chris Hemsworth with a weird nose. Like this.
So here's a question I pose to everyone here. So anyone that knows the Mad Max thing is Mad Max is like Indiana Jones. Take him out of the story still happens.
That's true, yeah.
Okay. And this is a Mad Max saga. Because the thing is that Mad Max is a folklore thing that people just implant into stories because this is 43 years after the events of Mad Max, the original.
Yeah.
How old would Max be at this point in time?
573.
But you know what I mean? Like, because it's 43 years before that and probably 15 years before Fury Road. So we're talking 58, 60 years here.
So you're saying that Mad Max is more like a Robin Hood figure, like different people Princess Bride, the Dread Pirate robber. It's like just different people keep taking on the. He
is a story that people insert into the history. Just
like a legendary figure, a Hercules. Okay. Yeah, okay. I like that. I think that's great.
So, so you're excited for this though? I mean, so you're gonna watch it?
I think so. I think it's gonna be good. I loved the first one, and I loved it because it was just so like raw, and you just knew you were there for the action and the like depravity of it. And I feel like this is gonna be more of the same. And I think Anna Taylor-Joy is gonna like really do a great job with it. I really enjoy her. I enjoy that she can do comedy, she can do drama, she can be scared, she's got all of it. She's really good at it. And I feel like
not good at being a mutant.
She was good in that film. That film had other problems, but she was an awesome Magic. If she hadn't aged out of it, I would say now that they're bringing mutants back, that she should be Magic, but she's aged out of it. She'd be a much better Emma Frost now than she would be Ileana. So yeah, don't come for me because I think that. And if you guys say anything different, you didn't watch the movie. That's all I'm saying. And I did watch it.
All right.
I might watch it again tonight.
This trailer I did watch. But I've never seen the original. I've only seen the one with Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks fun for what it is. Like, it's just not really my style of movie. It was just like, I don't know how to, here's a stupid explanation. It's very stupid. Before I saw any of the Mad Maxes, the one with Tom Hardy, I played Borderlands. And when I play it, when I watch the trailer and stuff, it just makes me think of Borderlands, which I enjoy playing with my husband, but the aesthetic to me was, I don't know, for whatever reason, off puts me. So like, I'm just kind of like, eh, looks like action. But I'm kind of like the odd one out in the sense when it comes to a lot of the opinions on, Furiosa and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'll probably end up seeing it though.
Oh yeah.
But you see, you're the casual fan that doesn't know a lot about it. So that's your opinion is just as valid. It's and your reasoning, not stupid at all. That's your reasoning. I mean, it's
It's just
yeah. It's okay. Like, I saw the movies because I was really into sci-fi back when they came out. And I mean, who's not going to watch Tina Turner with that hair and those earrings? I mean, come on. And so, yeah, so like I watched all of them, but it also like with the Tom Hardy thing, I was like, I guess I'll watch this Mad Max thing. And I loved it. I was like, this is great. And I was like, how did they get the silver on his teeth without poisoning him? And it was just like, I mean, it was that kind of thing. So, and that's what I expect from this one. I expect like what happened in the first one, but probably bigger action, bigger explosions. That's what I expect. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my co-host Salem loves Mad Max to no end. He follows everything George Miller does.
I say
So we have lots and lots and lots of conversations about Mad Max. Yes, he didn't become Mad Max until the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
So, for anyone who doesn't know, there was a lot of legal battles after Fury Road. Because he had a planned trilogy about Furiosa, George Miller. He's getting quite old, let's face it. So there's still a legal battle going on there about the rights to Mad Max. And the court, like I said, still in court, and everyone's saying George Miller's old. We need to finish this. So we'll just go ahead and go with it because there's a whole bunch of legal stuff about, coming under budget, coming under hours allotted, and everyone get a bonus. And so they were doing that, and then they go, "Oh, we're in do these reshoots, therefore we put you over the budget, over the hours, so we don't have to get the bonuses." And contract that reshoots would not count towards that. So it is the studio trying to screw over the writers, directors, actors, everyone involved because they came under what their project goal was. So that's the lawsuit that's going on right now. So
imagine that corporations
right?
being bloodless
Yes.
and have no heart.
Yeah. So
I'm looking at you, Bob Iger.
So I think it's interesting because they're saying that Max is somewhere in this world. He would have to be because he's been there since the very beginning. But like I said, he is a legend. He is, someone that unknown stranger comes in the town and he's inserted and automatically assumed as Mad Max. And that's why you can have different people playing it. That's why it was okay for Tom Hardy to be Mad Max. And we can have someone play him differently every single time because it's just a story. It's a fairy tale. It's an urban legend that they tell everyone in this world. So I think it's interesting.
Shouldn't play him? Adam Driver.
Yeah, I agree. Now, as far as Anna coming as Furiosa, I'm not that big of a fan of hers. I would rather have it been Charlize Theron, quite honestly. I would rather her.
The story of her origin. I mean, look, Charlize is a beautiful, beautiful woman, but she ain't young.
Doesn't stop Harrison Ford at 80 playing Indiana Jones. Doesn't stop Samuel L. Jackson playing someone 30 years younger than himself.
Are we gonna start this on the patriarchy? Because we can go there. It'll be a 4-hour show.
I think part of it also has to do with the cost of. I guess I can assume the cost of Charlize Theron and Anna Taylor-Joy, and then the cost having Charlize and de-aging her at the same time.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of specifically.
But
Yeah.
I think it's interesting, because they have Joe, the guy with the the mask from Fury Road in this as
Mhm.
well. Like I said, it's only
Come
about 15
on,
years.
Bane.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we're still gonna get blood bags. We're still gonna get the boys with the spray and all that stuff,
Witness
and the milk
me.
maidens. But it's interesting. I know there's a lot of crap going on there because this seemed very CGI heavy for this movie. And George Miller's always been known for his practical effects. Even with Fury Road, he did all those cars were actually built. The guy was actually there with the flame guitar and doing all this stuff. And you can tell it's very, very clear CGI for a lot of this stuff. So it's not being used as an enhancement like it can be. It's being used as a replacement of practical.
Hmm.
I think that's going to lessen the idea of the Mad Max story is having all the CGI as opposed to practical with CGI enhancement. So that being said, I'm going to see it. Absolutely. But I'll have to talk to my co-host a lot more about it because he's a bigger fan. And see what he has to say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll see it. I don't know if I'll see it at the theater though. I may just wait
Digital.
until it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Streaming.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. Sorry, short little history lesson there.
Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. That's like a great thing. I love stuff like that. I love those like behind the scenes kind of things. And yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but speaking of behind the scenes, Fallout, the TV show.
I watched the trailer for this one.
Yes. So, Mezzo, why don't we start with you? Are you excited? Have you played the games? Do you know anything about?
So, I watched someone play Fallout 4. And I didn't play it myself. I watched someone do it, and then I actually have Fallout 76. But the reason I bought it when it first came out, and the reason I didn't get real far into it was because of their change on making everything like a massive multiplayer online thing.
Mhm.
All I wanted to do was play the game and play the story and enjoy the lore of it, but I just kept getting killed. And it was really irritating. So I'd stopped playing the game. Now, that doesn't mean to say that I don't like the story or anything like that anymore. I still enjoyed all that information. And so when I watched the trailer, gosh, you see all those things from the game that you love, that blue and that yellow, they're out the uniform they wore before they left, and then the armor, and you're like,
The
it
pipe
looks
boy,
like
yeah.
you start watching and you're thinking, please, you're gonna hit play and you think to watch the trailer and you're thinking, please don't be shit. Excuse my language. And then it starts and you're like, it looks like it's gonna be good. So
Yes.
I'm very excited about it and I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious to see how they take the whole story, because from what I remember is basically you lived in the vault and then you finally leave. And when you're in the game, no one's there with you. You leave and you're by yourself. But in the
Yeah.
movie, it looks like the show, it looks like people are there and she's leaving for like a specific purpose or something.
Yes.
So it's a little bit different for that story perspective, but the whole aesthetic and everything is still the same. And I love the shot of the armor in the back seat kind of rocking to the car driving. And I'm like, looks so badass. I love it. So, I guess I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Fray, what's your thoughts?
Oh, hold on. I got it. I gotta get my badge on here. My vault tech badge. I think I got this in like I think it was like one of the the box things. Remember, like geek or like nerd, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got that, and I just thought it was funny. So I haven't ever played the game, but actually have like seen other people play them. Somebody like old friend of mine, he was really into it. I've painted Pit Boy, like weird, Fallout adjacent stuff. So yeah, so I'm interested to see it. It's got the guy from It's got Walton Goggins
Yes.
in
Walter
it.
Hawkins. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love him, but it's also got the guy from SNL that Chris Parnell. He's in
Yes.
it too with the
Gary.
one eye. He's the Cyclops, and he's like, "Oh, I got a moldy one." You know that and so I know it's gonna bring the comedy, like, because you can't have those two in there and not have some like funny, moments, because
Yeah.
those two are really good at comedy, and they're totally different, like totally different roles. It's going to be really fun to see. And I like that, like in it, so husband and I are watching it, and he goes, "Oh my God, she's afraid of that tumbleweed." Because she's never seen one. And it was like, and I love that they put that in there. So it shows me that attention to detail. So I'm expecting that now. And, that whole like, oh God, what is this? And yeah, and what are the power suits called? I can't remember what they're called. I never remember what they're called. Brotherhood of Steel.
Yes.
The actual suit itself, or you mean the
That's
group?
the faction's Brotherhood of Steel.
The faction is Brotherhood of Steel, but like, what are the actual suits called though?
Power armor.
Power armor. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought they had like some sort of like name for it, but yeah, I thought that was great because like in the game itself, like the most monotonous thing is like maintaining that darn thing in in the game. And I was like, I'm so glad they brought them in. And I'm like, I can't wait until someone goes, I've got to go and get something for this. It's like,
Yeah.
I definitely, if somebody says that just once in the show, I will be like, it's a success. We've done it, everyone. You can go home now. We've achieved success, kind of. Because I would just be like, I can't believe you do that. That's so much work, It's like... So yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
mine. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. I mean, we make fun of bad video game movies a lot on everywhere, whether disturbing here, real life, we make fun of it. So I have hopes because what video game TV shows have we gotten that have been good? I think the Resident Evil was good, the show, even though it was one season. I think Halo, the TV show, was abysmal. It was awful. It was
Last
not
of
true
Us.
to the story. Last of Us is good,
Mhm.
but it doesn't really follow the video game.
That's true. Well, I mean, it kind of does. It kind of doesn't. But the thing I like. I think the thing that, and I know this is your segment. I'm sorry. You can go ahead and I can say it after if you want. But
No, go ahead.
okay. I was like, I don't want to interrupt you. All right. That they had the game creator. He's actually like a showrunner. Like he's so involved that even if they're telling stories that weren't in the game, it felt like it lived in that world. And I think that was the difference. But go ahead.
Yes. So I have high hopes for this because I don't know if anyone caught it, is that this is a new Fallout shelter. So it's not one that's been seen in the game. So we can have completely different stories just set in the Fallout world. So I think that's a really smart move because then you won't be comparing it to an existing story that exists in the games.
Yeah, like you're not going to have Fallout 76. You're going to have a different.
Right. You're not going to have all the other bunkers or whatever they are and investigated. So there's we don't know how many there are, hundreds, but you're going to be able to tell different stories. So that's why maybe that's you're not by yourself in that shelter, Fallout shelter, because it's a different bunker. It can be completely different. Will we get nods to the video game and other vaults? Absolutely. We're definitely going to get that. Will we get dog meat? The dog? Probably. I think that'd be fun to have just as an animal companion and just see how someone else works with it. So it'll be interesting to see how they do different vaults, how they do different factions. I'm excited for the technology.
I really hope that if there is an animal companion, that it's not like, because animals are really hard to do in CG, right? So they're going to have parts, and you're going to have that moment where it takes you out for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, it's going to be interesting. I hope it does well. And I think they'll continue, as long as they continue making a new story, it will be good because, like I said, then we won't have that comparison. So we can say it exists in the same world, and that's it. I think that's the way to do it. You know, I can have the Master Chief of we have his helmet off. You know, very first episode. We don't see Master Chief without his helmet in Halo until like game number 5.
Yeah.
Right away in the TV show. So.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I like the whole that, you know, let's put it in the universe, but let's tell new stories. Because I think that's a good way to go, especially in open world games. I think it lends to that more, like more so. And I think Star Wars has had that as well. You know, has had success in that. You know, like with Ahsoka, that's kind of a Star Wars adjacent story, kind of. You know, I mean, they're telling stories, and it's not just the Skywalkers anymore. And I like that. You know, and so I wonder if that's the way to go with video games. I guess not every video game could do it, but never mind. I'm going to talk myself out of it. If we continue talking about it, let's move on.
Yeah,
I know that it is one of those things. It's like if there is a story on its own, what the audience will be expecting are things to be inserted from the game, like the suit and stuff that we've seen. And as Graveyard said, calling back to the original games, like in some aspect, but like the story itself is on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to be successful in this show is to learn the lessons from previous things of not have the expectation of trying to tell the same story.
Yeah.
You know, but unfortunately, so that people gave, you know, Last of Us a lot of crap because they changed characters a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so if you don't know the game, you're okay with it. But if you know the game, that's where people had the problems with
They got unhappy.
Yeah.
Well, and then if you're trying to get new people to play the game and you're making them so different if they do decide to play the game, they're not going to like the game. So it's like, you're shooting yourself in the foot one way or another. Like there's no avoiding it. You can't rationalize that. So.
Yeah. So, but speaking of irrational things, It's a Wonderful Knife.
Oh,
did you guys watch the trailer for it? Mezzo?
no.
You guys didn't watch it?
No, I didn't.
Sorry. You know it's been a nuts week, and I'm sorry.
I kind of forgot
I spent 4 hours editing a show this week.
It's not my show.
I should have tried to watch it like while I was editing. Sometimes it's hard to watch while you edit because you have to like listen to what you're editing.
All right. Well, I'll go first. Why don't you guys go ahead and watch it while I go first here?
I'll try.
Okay.
So, It's a Wonderful Knife. It's a movie. It is a slasher. Obviously, it's making fun of It's a Wonderful Life. And we are getting a brand new Christmas story themed slasher movie. It's a Wonderful Knife. You know, we have Joel McHale in it. We have a horror icon of Justin Long in this as well, who's making a huge comeback in horror. And he started it with Jeepers Creepers about 20 something years ago at this point in time. And it's interesting because I think slashers are finally starting to make a comeback. We had, we lost it in the 90s. Scream kind of revitalized it, and then we lost it again for about another 15-ish years. Well, we had Michael Bay trying to do awful versions of slashers with his company doing the Nightmare on Elm Street by doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Friday the 13th, just destroying it. And last year we had the movie Black Friday starring Devon Sawa and Bruce Campbell and Michael Jai White, which was amazing. This year we had Eli Roth come back to slashers and making the movie Thanksgiving, which is one of the first horror movies based around Thanksgiving as a slasher movie. And I just saw this last week. No, I saw it Tuesday. And it was absolutely amazing to have slashers come back in such a way and to have holiday themes, continuing the tradition of Black Christmas, of Halloween, Valentine's Day, My Bloody Valentine, stuff like that. So I think it looks phenomenal. I'm excited to honestly go and see it. just because it's a slasher and it could be absolutely amazing. It's by the people that made Freaky. I don't know if you saw Freaky with Vince Vaughn trading places with Catherine Newton.
Stature. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Yes. And I think Vince Vaughn nailed that 100% doing it. So I'm excited for it. I like the cheesiness of slashers, and I think it looks like it holds true to the 80s style of things. You just watch
Well,
it,
I
Mezzo?
just finished watching it, and
Once you-
It's very Groundhog, Christmas Carol, Happy Death Day vibe, like all combined.
Mhm.
The whole like, wishing I wasn't alive, better off without me. So like in Scrooge, is it Scrooge or some? There's Wonderful Life. Like sorry, is what I meant. That like he thinks everyone would be better off if he wasn't alive. Well, she was the one who like saved that whole thing in the end. And the mayor is like so car salesman creepy. But I think it looks like fun. It just looks like fun. I know that sounds so opposite of probably like what it might mean, but to me, as a person who does watch some horror and stuff like that, it looks funny.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's a great combination of 80s slashers, comedies. And
Yeah,
just doing
it
the
really
right way.
is, and with like a modern twist and all that stuff. So it looks like fun.
Yeah. I don't. Chuck has fatigue for slashers since the mid 90s, but gotta get back into it, man. We can't have the same thing with Conjuring.
Have it
and demons.
done well.
Yes.
you know, half the
Fray?
time I'm not listening to him right now. Husky, look, our first date, we went and saw Annabelle. So don't even start with me. You know what? It looks fun. It really does. It looks fun. And that it's an angel, like an angel tree topper. I find that extremely hilarious. And then but then I think it can't be any scarier than the weeping angels from Doctor Who, everybody, because those things, they give me nightmares. Actually, our tree topper is a weeping angel, a Doctor Who
I
weeping
had
angel.
to refrain from laughing when she electrocuted it.
Oh, yeah, that was really fun. I was like, okay, it's like Scream, how I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's that kind of like slashery, like
Yes.
I'm gonna run really fast, kind of like, thing. And but it takes place during Christmas. I love it. I feel a little bit of a Buffy vibe to it too. Like it's that kind of like, and so I'm like, okay, this might be fun. This might be fun. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I will put that. And I do like the whole It's a Wonderful Knife and the graphics and the way they do it. I whoever is the editor and is doing all the like intros, outros for it and stuff, that they did a really good job on it. So the trailer itself makes it very appetizing to watch. Like you're like, okay, I kind of want to know what's going to happen.
Have you seen It's a Wonderful Life?
Yeah.
Either of
Mhm.
you? Okay, the end of the movie that they are all singing in Auld Lang Syne.
Mhm.
I think it'd be so easy because there's so many songs you can take and make it creepy.
Yeah.
And I want to hear that song like in the movie somewhere. Oh, like on like really freaky in a moment or something.
Like somebody just like off key.
Somebody's coming after, or it's like
Yeah.
it's like in a minor key.
Oh, yeah, in a
Where
minor
so like
key.
when you have in music, major key is meant for like happy uplifting things, and minor key is like foreboding. And so you can take there's this guy on TikTok named Brent Bowles who will take a song and transpose it to a minor key and play it for you, and you feel like all of a sudden the song has this feeling to it, like ugh. And so like I think they would take that and make it into that kind of a key to make it really daunting.
I
That'd be
mean,
fun.
Carol of the Bells is pretty dark too when you do it.
Yeah, and like if you like, for example, Happy Birthday is major key, C major. If you
Mhm.
change it to a
Yes.
minor key, it's really eerie.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of songs like that.
Music lesson for y'all.
Yeah. Hasmi and I were talking about how Coldplay does a lot of their music in a minor key, but they make it fun. I like it.
Yeah.
Weird.
So do you want someone to have a Jimmy impression and go, "Merry Christmas, movie house"?
No.
No.
That'd be fine with me. But I'm looking for. I'm gonna go to it. I'm gonna see this one. This one looks fun. Like I'm so sad I didn't ever get to see Cocaine Bear. I haven't seen it yet, and I feel like it has that kind of fun silliness to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you gotta have fun with it. You can't be cheesy for the sake of being cheesy because that comes off bad.
And you can't take it super seriously, just like with Twilight.
Yes. All right. Well, we're leaving on there because it's time.
For Mezzo's Musings. Before we do Mezzo's Musings.
You're right.
All right.
Yes. Do the Mad Libs.
Fray girl, give me a noun.
Oh.
The letter.
Bridge.
Graveyard adjective.
Adjective.
Mm-hmm.
Hairy.
Hairy.
Yes. Hairy.
Noun, Fray girl.
Lighter.
Like a lighter. Yeah. Plural noun, graveyard.
Plural noun. What were your answers there?
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Well, it's like I kind of see the story, so I'm trying to avoid it, but I don't want to like have you. I don't want my choice to be influenced because I can see it.
Mooses.
Moose? You mean moose?
Yeah, mooses. I wanted to say mooses.
Okay, you wanted to say mooses. Fine. Verb ending in ing. Great girl.
Bouncing.
I just heard someone say, "Are you all right?" Like after a big bang. So I just wanted to make sure. Adjective.
Adjective.
Yes.
Whimsical.
That's like a word I would never expect to hear from you as a suggestion. Fray girl, adverb.
Sparingly.
I spelled it right. Okay. Adjective.
Another adjective.
Yeah, these are all like proper noun, adjective, all that kind of stuff. There's no like body parts or anything like that. Like
downtrodden.
No, I probably did not spell that one right, but it's kind of hard to no little space. Adjective.
Fiery. Is that an adjective or an adverb?
Yeah. Adverb is like ly usually.
Yeah, that's why I was like, it's not really an ly. But, so.
Yeah, this works. I just looked at the sentence real quick. Okay. Plural noun.
Plural noun.
Mm-hmm.
Beards.
Do it, beards.
Yeah. Okay. Do it. Beards.
Noun, singular.
Graveyard.
See, that's what happens when your name is actually a noun. Last name of person in the room. We let's just do one of our online names. But that would be for Graveyard to pick. You can pick Fray because she picks you.
Oh, that's just you, Fray.
All right. Noun. There's two more. So we're almost
done. Noun. Corgi. Now I'm just looking at things in my room.
Verb, and then I'll read it.
Verb.
Mm-hmm.
Tickling.
Okay, I'm gonna write tickle because that's the tense that would work here. I can't spell tickle. I wrote tilk. I switched the K and the L around an accident. All right, Mad Libs. The Power of the Dark Side by Emperor Palpatine. As Bridge Sidious, Sith Lord and hairy leader of the Galactic Empire, I know firsthand how powerful the dark side of the Force is. If you become a Sith, a lighter who uses the dark side of the Force, you'll have the powers of the Jedi and more. Unlike the Jedi, who only work with the light side of the Force, the Sith can use the dark side to stop the mooses he or she loves from bouncing. The Jedi would never try such a whimsical thing. It's obvious to anyone who has studied the dark side that it is more powerful than the Jedi could sparingly imagine. The Jedi might tell you that the dark side is quicker, easier, and more downtrodden. I admit that may be true, but those who join the dark side will know fiery power beyond their wildest beards. Like me in my graveyard, Darth Fray, those who practice the dark side of the Force are destined to rule the Corgi. Join us or tickle. That last part was good. The next one's title, Otto's Junk Shop.
Oh, that's gonna be
we
fun.
need to make an overlay for
We do.
Yeah, Mad Libs overlay. All right.
or
so
like
but
or we're all a little mad here. That should
Yeah.
be,
it is Mezzo's Musings time. I just smacked my own leg.
yes.
With all, I even like sent Graveyard a screenshot of like the first paragraph. So, like,
Ooh.
with all the fantasy and science fiction shows and movies out there like Marvel, Game of Thrones, and such, there are times where watching something based in reality is just what you need. Based in London, England, a young woman starts a temp job as a receptionist at a private eye office, and she quickly realizes that is run down and the boss is not in a good way. A vet and former law enforcement officer who lost his leg and recently his fiance, he's struggling to keep his business afloat. That does not deter her, though, and she starts working hard to improve the office and make things run smoother. Before long, she is working alongside the private eye, much to his chagrin. He tries to like say, "No, you're not trained," kind of a thing, but she's like, "Nah, I want to do this." Each season takes viewers on adventures of puzzling cases and dangerous situations. Robin is the receptionist, and her new boss, CB Strike, are incredibly sleuthy and work extremely well together, solving the hardest of cases, interviewing politicians, criminals, and more. There are times they even work alongside the law enforcement. This is a show based off of a series by Robert Galbraith, and if you are unaware, that is the pen name for J.K. Rowling. The lead actor, Thomas Burke, who's actually a godson of Alan Rickman, who plays Professor Snape, and so many other wonderful things, Hans Gruber, plays an interesting character who is troubled, but also a compassionate and caring individual. And Holiday Granger, who plays Robin Ellicott, the receptionist I spoke of, is a strong and confident character who really comes into CB's life and helps turn it around. In turn, they develop a valuable friendship that feels so real and tangible. It's like you watch Hallmark movies or you watch this and that, and you know it doesn't feel like a natural, organic way for someone to have ever met. And this feels like that is real. This show is available. Yes. And this show is available on HBO Max. And for purchase of the seasons on Amazon Prime Video, it's a show that definitely will not let you down with the whodunit storylines and their lives that are affected by the cases they work. So I think it's a really interesting show. So it's called CB Strike. It's based off of a book series, and my husband says it's pretty faithful to it. He's read them, and I've watched the show twice. I don't watch many shows multiple times, and this is one of those ones that I will watch multiple times. You'll have sometimes there's not like necessarily a whole season covers one case, but sometimes there's two, just depending. There's been 3 seasons so far. It's really good and interesting, and the characters feel real to me because of like, especially with so much of, like I say, at the beginning, there's so much fantasy fatigue sometimes and whatnot that sometimes you just enjoy something based in reality. And this is like, there's no supernatural stuff here. So, mystical and everything. So yeah, it's a great show. And I wanted to share that with you. So check it out. Thomas Burke and Holiday Granger, you're awesome.
Yay.
Hashtag non-spawn.
Yeah. Anyway, but that is my nerd out for this weekend.
Well, thank you,
Yay.
Mezzo, for another round of Mezzo's musings.
You're
That was
welcome.
awesome.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you. Well,
And when you said you'd only watched it twice, I was like She's only watched this like 2 episodes of the show, but then I
No,
realized
no.
you meant you'd watched it all the way through twice.
My husband and I have watched it all the way through, and then I wanted to share the show with my mom because I thought she'd enjoy it, and so I watched it with her all the way through.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, okay. Because I
And
was
she
like,
was
"She's only
she
watched
was
it
not happy to show you when I share a show that I enjoy. She was not happy that there weren't more episodes when we finished what was
That's
available.
Oh, wow.
awesome. Yeah, that's
She's
I
like,
love
"What?
that.
There's no more?"
It's like, I need to know more. Yeah, I love that. I love when the
Mhm.
show like does that to you, but I don't
And the
like
end
it when they cancel it after that.
Yeah, the end the end of the it's doing well, so I don't think it'll get canceled, but the end of the 3rd season has, like, a moment that you kind of been waiting for a while, and it's like but it's like a small version of the moment. It's very satisfying, so, like, you finish and then the season ends, like, right when you're, like, thinking, "Maybe something else will happen," and it's, like, ends, and it's like, "No, there's no more right now."
Yeah.
That's what's nice when you watch a show that's been done and done, you know when it ends, you know when to not expect more.
Yeah. Awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you. It's about that time of the show here. It went by fast. Mezzo, you're on screen. Why don't you give us your pluggables?
Oh, hi, I'm Mezzo. I'm director, editor, and host and stuff like that over here on KCP. If you'd like to check me out on my personal channel, I've got Mezzo JD on Twitch. I stream every Tuesday and Friday. I did take this last week off because I've just got so much work to do that I did have to take it off. But I will be back this Tuesday, and I will be doing possibly Phasmophobia since the new holiday event does come on Monday, and I'd like to try it out on Tuesday before I make Aubrey play it on Wednesday. So check me out on Twitch at MezzoJD, and then you can check me out on Twitter/X and Instagram, also the same MezzoJD. All in the links in the chat.
Thank you.
Linky,
Hey.
chatty. I love it when you put me on like the bigger thing and I'm like saying weird stuff because that's just awesome. I'm Fray Girl. You can I'm here on Saturdays. I like to come hang out. It's awesome. And also on Tuesdays, I'm on Distance Nerding, the download. I'm on Ladies Night. Actually, I think we're gonna call it Ladies and the occasional Queen's Night because Anthony is also is gonna be on it with us. So but yeah, we do that on Thursdays. This last one it was me and Aubrey played the last case of Benedict Fox, and it was so cool. It was like that a 2D and it went back and forth, but it was really neat. It had puzzles and all sorts of stuff, so it's got a little bit of everything, a little bit of everything, and it's really the colors in it are really nice. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. All right. Also, I have my own channel, Fray Girl. There's some stuff up there, classified, where we take your favorite fandoms and we put them into Dungeons and Dragons classes. We also have a supplemental series called Journals of the Classes. Next year, I am starting a new show called Her Story by Fray Girl, and it's going to be about females in pretty much just females in general, like people that I dig, characters, artists, writers, anybody who's inspired me female wise. And who knows, maybe there'll be a guy in there occasionally, and we'll call it his story. But yeah, that's what I do, and I'm on all our discords, so come and talk to me because I'm bored.
Awesome. I am Graveyard, co-host of the Mostly Pilot Night Mostly podcast. You can find all new episodes over at Comic Con Radio, where we have also our sister channel, Distance Learning, there as well. Make sure to check it out. Make sure to check out our new show, Conversations in the Void, which is on our YouTube channel at Pod Out at Night. Follow us on all social media except TikTok because we're old at Pod Out at Night. And yeah, make sure to check Conversations in the Void out because the more subscribers we get, the more horror swag we have to give away. I'll be giving away stuff by Horror Dads Productions, their movies, and giving that stuff away. I'll be giving away classic movies as well and signed horror merch. So every 50 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway. So make sure to check that out. And you'll find me here multiple times a week over here, here at Kyber Cave Productions. Make sure to check out our merch store where you can get awesome shirts like Retro Alcove shirt right here at kcpmerch.com. Top of that, go to kybercave.com, pick yourself up a lightsaber. And when you do, get yourself a font from our one and only Fours at saberfont.com/4sfx. And new fonts coming soon from Husbeard's fonts. We have something in the works. Yeah, and follow us on our Discords, all social media here. We like to hear from you guys, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video because the more subs we have, the more free swag we give away. I think we're about 40 or less from the next.
We are less than 40 away.
Wow, look at that.
Very
and,
exciting.
And hitting that likes button is absolutely free. Make sure to click it because it helps us get into the algorithm and give you more stuff that you like. It helps us know that you enjoy what we do. And comment below whether you want to see us nerd out about something in particular. If there's a new show or a new game that you want us to do, we are all for it here. Especially for Saturday Nerd Out, where we have games galore because we have the Quizmaster, the master herself, Fray girl here. So that being said, anything else you want to add?
Just stay nerd positive. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Yes, and we'll be back to I think our regular scheduled programming next week. I don't know what's going to happen the week of Christmas, but I know Fray Girl, myself, and Fours have to do a Christmas horror game. We got to record that because it's a tradition that we're going to start, annual tradition. So make sure to check it out.
Be fun.
And every other Friday or every Friday, we have a new segment that we brought back again yesterday, Escape for the Weekend. And so when I go through escape room games, so fun stuff there.
And they're fun because they're not. It's not just like one of us on one side playing. It's multiplayer escape room games, so it's fun.
Yes. All right. So everyone have a good Saturday and make sure to nerd out. Bye.